To my video series. In this video, we'll be shortlisting the tools we are going to use for our AI-powered security scanner. So first of all, we are starting with dynamic testing. So dynamic testing includes testing an application when it's running, not the static code files. So if we have a website, if we have HTML pages, we have JavaScript pages, so we need to first execute it as a website and we need to give it to some scanner. So we have certain options. We have OWASP ZAP as one option. We have Burpsuit as one option, and we have Acunetics as one option. So out of these three options, we are choosing OWASP ZAP. That is because OWASP ZAP is the most easy to use and it's free to use. So let's just look at the other products which are in competition with OWASP ZAP. Uh, First of which is Acunetics. So Acunetics is mostly an enterprise grade software which if you want a license for it yearly, it will be around starting at $4,000 because it's for more for enterprise level clients and not for personal use. And the other option we have is Burpsuit. So Burpsuit is best for if you are doing manual pen testing, and even Burpsuit has its own community edition and enterprise edition. So it's not completely free is what I'm trying to say. And a lot Burpsuit is better for manual testing, and ZAP is you can use ZAP for manual testing as well and for automated testing as well. So that is why we are going to go with ZAP. And another thing with OWASP ZAP is that it is backed by checkmarks. So basically, checkmarks own OWASP ZAP. So OWASP ZAP is an open source framework or a project by checkmarks. So checkmarks, you may be aware, is a leading solution if you want AppSec. And another thing is ZAP, first of all, previously it used to be backed by name companies like Mozilla, Firefox, Google, Salesforce, OWASP, and now it's under checkmarks, right? And on top of that, a lot of companies use OWASP ZAP in one way or another. So there is this website, HG Insights. This website basically provides us with sales data. So as you can see, Oracle, Visa, which is that payment network provider, SolarWinds. So all of these big name companies are still using OWASP ZAP. So I think it's good enough to be used in our application. So I would like to show you how I have implemented OWASP ZAP in our application. So first of all, even before building anything, we first need a website, a vulnerable website to test our application on. So for that, I am using Juicebox. Juicebox is a vulnerable website and I am running my own local instance using Docker. So this website it basically has a lot of security flaws so that our scanner is able to detect some flaws in the first place. So now that we have our vulnerable website, we just need to integrate it in our application, OWASP ZAP. So this is how the application looks like, ZAP application. So what we need to do is we can either click on automated scan and give out our URL here and then click on attack, or we could integrate this in our application. So what we need to do for that is we need to go to tools, options, and API. So in API, we first need to take this key here and we need to keep this application running in the background because the security scanner that we are developing is going to use OWASP as one of its components. And so what I've basically done is I've gone to this env file. I have put in my API key here for OWASP. Then I have put in the executable path for OWASP ZAP. And after that, what we have to do is, or what I have done is, in config.py, I have imported all of those API keys and the path to the executable as variables here. And as for the actual implementation of the OWASP scan will work, it is defined under this app and services. So for that, first of all, I have created a base class which is known as base_scanner, out of which the other applications will inherit. So base scanner class, what it basically does is it basically specifies how the result should be displayed, how the result should be saved, or how the result should be saved in a database. So this base_scanner.py file is being inherited by OWASP ZAP scanner.py. So here I'm importing the module ZAP v2. So ZAP v2 is basically the Python implementation of OWASP ZAP. Yeah, so this is the package. So the thing is, ZAP v2 isn't really OWASP ZAP on its own. It basically acts as a bridge between our scanner, security scanner, which is written in Python, and the actual OWASP ZAP tool. So this ZAP v2 basically takes in a request from the our scanner, and it will give to the OWASP ZAP, and it will take the PDF report, the HTML report from OWASP ZAP, and it will give it back to us. So that is what ZAP v2 package is doing here. So here I have implemented all the necessary functions. So you might be thinking, how did I write this code? So first of all, if you go to ZAP documentation, or better yet, what you could do is you could look up Python ZAP OWASP ZAP API Python, and yeah, API reference ZAP access proxy. So as you can see here, for each section they already provide you with code which should work out of the box. So that is what I have actually used here. Just I have added some minor things so that all of the results that we get from OWASP ZAP should be stored into a local database. Because according to our architecture, OWASP ZAP won't be the only tool that we are going to use. We are going to use other tools as well. So all of the outputs from those other tools should be aggregated to a output store. So that is what I'm going to do next, what I have done next. So I'm using an SQLite database here, and within the model section I have this database.py. So that's what this does. It takes in reports from all of the other tools, and it basically stores them in an SQLite database. As you can see here, we have integer column, string column for session ID, target URL, scan type, and after all of these, so the results from all of the other security tools will also be stored in this SQL database. So for now, we are only storing the results from the OWASP ZAP scan. So now let us run this program, and I'd like to show you how this actually works here. So Python run dot, I first need to go to the proper directory. And if I run this application, I'll need to open this link where my Flask application is hosted, which is localhost at port 5000. So this is how the UI looks like. We are not going to focus on the UI and the other aspects. We are just going to click on start upload, and we are going to give it our URL here. This is the URL of the Docker container we are running. And then we'll click on baseline scan. We have other scans as well, full scan and API scan, which is directly taken from here. From here. And if I click on start URL scan, it will automatically redirect me to this scan report section, where it will show me the progress bar. So you might be thinking, where are we getting this progress bar from? So if I change my tab to the OWASP ZAP, as you can see, the scan that I initiated in my software, which is completely separate from OWASP ZAP, that was getting triggered in the actual ZAP software because of the ZAP v2 package that we are using. So now that the scan has been completed, it is generating some reports in the backend. As you can see, this progress bar also reflects the progress bar that is present in the actual application. So we just need to wait for a while, and we should get an HTML report. As you can see, we have gotten an HTML report here, high vulnerabilities, medium, low, according to severity. And we have the entire description on the URL, the evidence, other information, everything. We can also choose to download this HTML report. So yeah, that was it for this video. And in the upcoming videos, we will integrate more services. What I plan on doing is, now that we have integrated OWASP ZAP, so the next tools that we are going to cover is Trivi, Git Leaks, and CodeQL. The latter two tools, CodeQL and Git Leaks, they are all developed by GitHub, the tool that you already know about. So thanks for watching.